Somali I've spoken to can't tell me their ancestral religion. They can't tell me anything. You said yourself you're not an Arab, yet you don't know anything about your people.
There is town called Abwa, meaning the worship of Wa. Abwa means this town means the worship of Wa. Wa means God. So there is remnants of what people.
How did they worship this God?
That's not a point.
Listen, this is my point. You've taken on the colonizer's identity.
You say colonizer, but which army came to Somalia? Which army?
So no, I'm not saying to be colonized you don't necessarily need an army.
Okay.
It's taking on another identity. And to a degree you're right. Somalis have remained distinct. They've preserved their language, but they've taken on an awful lot of. So, as an example,
Religion, other than religion.
but that is the ultimate colonial tool as religion. When Christian missionaries go around the world evangelizing and replacing indigenous culture with Christian culture, it's a form of colonialization.
What culture do you think that wasn't?
Islam is the biggest example. How you pray, what you eat, who you marry. Like, how many non-Muslims live in Somalia?
Alhamdulillah, every single Somali tribe is Muslim. Every single Somali, Alhamdulillah.
What do you mean, Alhamdulillah? Listen.
They have all accepted Islam. Yeah. Nobody came to force them. Alhamdulillah.
Should the UK,
a messenger came to them, a messenger came to the Muslims, and the Muslims said,
with no force.
We accept. Alhamdulillah. May Allah praise them for that.
And so you're telling me that in the history of Somalia, you look at the UK now, look around us, look at how diverse it is. Christian, Muslim, Jew, atheist, Bengali.
In Indonesia, the majority of people are Muslim.
Yeah, exactly.
Who forced them?
Let me make a point. My point is very simple. Imagine if the white Englishman stood here and said, Alhamdulillah, thank God there's no Muslims here. Thank God there's no Jews here. Thank God there's only white English people here. Alhamdulillah. What would you say? You would say you're a bigot and a racist, no? Or do you support the BNP?
I don't support
you don't. Why don't you support the BNP? Because they don't want you here.
You asked me about my country. Let me respond. Nobody came to force us. People came with a message, simple message. There is only one Lord, and there is no one else worthy of worship. We then said, this sounds logical to us, and we accept this. You as a Jew, to you, this is also logical. You accept there is only one God.
We believe in Tawheed. We believe there's one God.
So
we believe La ilaha illallah.
So what
That's not the point.
So what is the problem? What is the problem with Somalis accepting there is only one Lord worthy of worship?
I have no problem with anybody accepting any message, any religion. But listen. My point is very simple. You said something which would be deeply offensive. If a white, no, listen. You said something that would be deeply offensive to every ethnic minority in the UK if a white Englishman said it to you. If the white Englishman said, Alhamdulillah, there's no Muslims here. Alhamdulillah, there's only white people
here. He said
here.
they are all accepted Islam.
What I said is, clearly, a message came to us. The Somalis, majority of them accepted these refugees and accepted the message.
You're saying that
and Alhamdulillah, majority of these people, they have accepted. Praise belongs to Allah for this blessing that He gave to the Somalis.
And so you think nobody wants to live in Somalia?
There is no hate crimes over there.
So let's look at the Jewish community, yeah? Jews settled in Eritrea. Jews settled in Sudan. Listen, Habibi, you have to listen. Jews settled in Eritrea. Jews settled in Sudan. Jews settled all over Eastern Africa except Somalia. Why? Because they weren't welcome. The same reason Christians didn't settle.
For this?
So where's the Jewish community in Somalia?
You tell me.
There isn't one.
You claim
you just said yourself. You just said it's all. You said it's all Muslim. I'm just agreeing with you, Akhi. I'm agreeing with you.
One second. I've heard of a tribe called Hyde. They claim to be Jewish.
Are they Muslim?
I don't know. You tell me.
So some.
I don't know. Some of
you're
them,
mentioning this tribe.
Some of them claim to be. They claim to be Jewish.
Claiming to be
I've heard
Jewish
of them
descent.
when I came to Europe.
Claiming.
So this is what they claim. You said that they were not accepted in Somalia. I've given you one name of a tribe who claim to be Jewish.
Islam, which is my point. You can only live in Somalia if you're Muslim.
What is your proof?
I'll show you. Let's go on the CIA's human rights record for Somalia.
What's going on with them? What do you think of Somalia?
and ask the CIA what they think of Somalia.
No, just the minorities that live there. What sort of...
What are you trying to say? If you're non-Muslim, you can't live in. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying if you're non-Muslim, your life is very difficult in Somalia.
It's even difficult for you now to go there. It's not peace anyway.
Sorry?
Why it's not peace anyway?
Okay,
what are you talking about?
I don't understand. I really
You can't
don't
go to
understand.
Somalia now. Whether you're Somalia or not, you can't go now.
This is the perfect... This is
You
the
can't go to
point.
Djibouti. Go to Djibouti. You see Christians, yeah.
So, what I'm trying to make a point. My point
We're here
isn't
for
an attack
You understand that we're here for a reason, right?
in Speaker's Corner.
No,
No,
in
this country.
Europe.
Why do
In
you
Europe.
Yeah, we came here for a reason, right?
A better
For
quality
our
of
own
life.
safety.
Yeah, better quality of life,
So-
safety.
No.
What's your point? What's your
You
point?
had
It's a
everything.
There
dangerous
was a war
country.
between us, yeah. Forget about that.
We didn't know. That's
What
why
I'm
we
saying
came.
is,
We got lost.
There are Christians in Djibouti, and you can find it in other
So
countries.
let's read about the
No,
Christians
you-
in Djibouti. No, let's read about them. Yeah, because you know
Okay,
that you know that life is
if you're trying to prove that it's not safe,
I'm trying to say that.
good point.
We agree.
We didn't know.
Okay.
None of us knew Somalia is not
And
safe.
so my point is, in the history of mankind, people travel around, yeah? So most of us have mixed ancestry. You'll have ancestors from whether I've got Swiss, Irish, Polish, Ashkenazi. I've got one thing which is Western Middle Eastern, which is like Canaanite or something in my DNA, like Philistine. We all are very mixed, diverse people, yeah? And if you look at most countries in the world, there is huge diversity of religion, yeah? So if you go to Israel, Palestine, call it what you want, there are Christians, Jews, Muslims have lived side by side for many, many years. Eritrea, Christians, Jews, Muslims living side by side.
Again, thanks to the Muslims.
You go to literally every country except Somalia. It's like either the Christians, the Jews, and everyone else hate Somalia and don't want to live there and run away. No, but historically, not now, historically, there is very little evidence of non-Muslim communities for centuries. Like there were, you're right, there were efforts for minority communities to live there, but they left because it's not safe. Okay, the internet is my evidence. I'm not a scholar on Somalia, it's not my speciality.
Yeah, are you saying there
No,
were
you're
like,
claiming
hate
things
crimes?
to say it was unsafe for centuries for people to go to Somalia. What's your evidence for this?
So I'll show you.
Centuries. Not
Were there
one specific
genocides
year.
or hate crimes
Maybe the Jews didn't want to go there.
non-Muslims?
So okay, so there we get to it. Said maybe the Jews didn't want to go there. So why do the Jews want to go to Eritrea but not Somalia? Why do the Jews want to go to pretty much all of northern and eastern Africa except Somalia?
Because the Christianity was there hardcore, at the time of the Prophet.
Okay, and why wasn't Christianity hardcore?
There are other people who are
Jews aren't Christians, by the way.
ethnic Somalis.
Yeah,
Meaning,
yeah.
There's people who are Arabs that live in Somalia.
But they're all Muslim, that's my point.
Oh, hold on. No, not all of them are
The
Muslim.
overwhelming, you said yourself at the beginning of the
Somali
conversation,
tribes, ethnic Somali tribes,
Alhamdulillah.
ethnic Somali tribes have all chosen to
Let
become
me say
Muslim.
that now. The Muslim
Yeah.
are 100% Muslim, yeah.
That we agree with.
No, the ethnic Somalis have chosen to be Muslim. There are people who are. I've met a Hindu man that used to live in Somalia,
Yeah.
but after the war, just like us, he fled for his own life. There have been people who have not been
It was a
Somali
church
that have
book,
lived
What
there.
are you talking about?
So here we go. This is just Wikipedia, so you can take it or reject it.
Yeah.
Christianity is a minority religion in Somalia with no more than 1,000. Now, how many Somalis are there in Somalia?
14 million.
40 million. 1,000 Christians. According to, let's skip forward. In 1913, during the early part of the colonial era, there were virtually no Christians in Somali territories. So going back 100 years is what I'm saying. There were less Christians 100 years ago than there are today.
Hold on. When we came into contact with Christians were either fighting us, trying to invade us, or trying to convert us to Christianity. So, what do you expect? Oh, you come with a gun and a sword and we kiss you?
I'm sorry. You're talking about Europeans.
Come with a rose,
You're
we give you a
talking
rose in return.
You're talking about
Come
Europeans,
with a hand,
not
we will
Christians.
shake your hand.
You're talking about Europeans, not Christians. Many Christians from the surrounding states.
Christians. Either they were in cooperation with the scramble of Africa,
Timid, I'm just going to check.
1888, when a certain king sent a letter helping the Christians, saying we are surrounded by Muslims either in Sudan or Eritrea and Somalia, asking the Christians to come and help them. I don't know why. Why would you want to be in cahoots with the people who did the scramble of Africa? I don't know why. Other than that, when the Portuguese or the Spanish came around for trade or whatever, they didn't come in peace. They came with guns and whatnot.
Are you saying that Somalia is a part of the problem then?
No. What
I don't. What are you trying to get to? Like?
My point was very simple.
Are they part of the problem?
No. My point was very simple. He said, Alhamdulillah, Somalia is 100% Muslim.
He said they have
99.9%.
No. What I said is this.
I mean, it'll be on camera so we can all check what he said.
But he said they accepted Islam. They have chosen to be Muslim.
Yes,
there were
alhamdulillah.
no hate crime, genocide against non-Muslims.
How? The people who came to spread Islam in East Africa, they themselves were refugees.
Exactly.
They themselves came as refugees.
So my point is very simple. You kind of...
And then I said to him, who colonized us and forced us to become Muslim? Who? Which army?
So you don't have to be. So as an example...
Okay, so a refugee is colonizing you.
So
a refugee colonized us?
So there's a colonization of culture, yeah? Would you accept that? You don't know your ancestral religion, yeah?
I know my ancestral religion. 48 generations I've been Muslim.
And then,
48 generations.
What was the 49th generation?
Why do I have to go to the 49th?
Because that's important.
If I'm satisfied,
So my point is
satisfied
really
with
simple.
48.
My point is very simple. Islam, particularly Arabized culture, so culture that is indigenous to Arabia.
Hold on.
One second. We want to know what's the point.
No. Me,
I know they say themselves as Arab, but
how many generations have you been Jewish, and can you name them all?
So,
can you name every single grandfather, 48 grandfathers?
no,
can
but
you
I know
name
people
them?
that can. I can't, but I know
You
people
can't?
that can. Yeah. I can't, but I know people. I've got
Please
friends.
finish your point.
Okay. My point is very simple. That
I don't know my but he does.
so I can tell you 3,000 years ago what my ancestors, who they worshipped and what they were doing. You can't. That's the point. So my point is that Islam, and particularly the culture of Arabia, became the dominant culture which stretched from Western Sahara right the way through to Indonesia and Malaysia, took over the majority of the world. Pardon?
Even farther than that.
China, absolutely. Some of that spread via dawah, by the call to Islam. Some of that spread with the sword.
No, not sword. No,
As an example, Habibi, listen.
Business.
So when Muslim armies marched on Al-Andalus, and conquered Spain, there was an indigenous people, the Christians, who were fighting them, There was an army of 60,000 Muslims that had marched from Arabia all the way to North Africa and then into Spain.
The sword.
With the sword. That's what an army is. That's what a battle is. The great battles which Muslims celebrate were fought with the sword. I mean,
do you have any evidence on that? Because why?
Are you joking? Are you saying that there wasn't the Battle of Toledo, the Battle of
Let me
Cordoba?
tell you something. You don't know if they have chosen to be Muslim. They have chosen to be Muslim. My brother was saying that they have accepted.
You're getting confused.
Listen to this. You're Jewish, right?
Yes.
If I wanted to be converted to outside Jew,
Israel.
there are several rabbis who cannot accept me to be converted Jew.
No, that's not true.
There are. You can look into the internet.
Can anyone convert to Judaism?
You can look into the internet. It's not my mother.
Look, Jewish person, telling you that you can convert. What you
You're
form
like
a bet in?
small closed club
we're not.
that you cannot accept anyone else unless they have power or money.
What are you talking about?
But Islam is for everyone.
Sir, you're being an idiot. You're being
You
an
can look
idiot.
into the internet.
Here's the answer.
Okay, for the cameras, anybody can convert. It's called a ger, or gerut is the conversion process. Anybody can do it. There's a formal process in the United Kingdom, which takes maybe 1 to 5 years, maybe longer, depending on the individual.
Why is
where
that?
you learn,
You just
where you
say
learn.
the word and that's it.
Yeah, because Judaism isn't just something you can
Wow,
jump
you
in
have
and
to
out
be
of.
5 years. What if you
Listen,
died while
I thought you couldn't convert 2 minutes ago. Can you convert or not?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Like
So
several
now you're
rabbis.
accepting you
I'm not
convert.
saying
So
everyone.
now you're admitting you were wrong.
Several
So just for the
rabbis-
camera, can you tell them you were wrong?
Several
Can you
several
tell the camera
rabbis
you were wrong?
cannot accept
Which
to be
rabbis?
converted.
Name one.
You can look into the
Name
internet.
one.
You have a mobile
Name
phone.
one
You can-
rabbi.
you have-
Name one
I will
rabbi.
not-
I can come here and say to
I
convert
won't
to
waste my
Islam,
time.
you
I
have to
just
grow
look
wings.
into the phone and name
if you
the
don't grow
several
wings,
rabbis.
you can't be a Muslim.
I didn't
It's
come
on
here-
me to prove it. So nobody said that. I just made it up. Like this man just made up that you can't convert to Judaism. Some of our greatest rabbis will
Islam
convert.
accepts everyone, not unlike
Rabbi
Jews.
Akiva, either he or his parents will convert. Ruth, in the Bible, there's an entire book named after her, was a convert.
In the Bible.
The Jewish kings descend from her.
In the Bible.
In the Old Testament.
After Jesus.
No, before the Old Testament.
Okay.
You don't know what you're talking about, with the greatest respect.
Let me tell you something.
With the
Like I
greatest
said,
respect, just tell the camera you made a mistake.
Islam accepts everyone and accepts from poor people to rich people.
Islam only accepts Islam.
Jews are selective
Not
in the
at all.
conversion.
Not at all. So within a Jewish state, anybody can live there. Yeah.
Live different than conversion.
Can I live in Mecca or Medina?
live.
Pardon? Yeah. Where were they? Where were Jews? Even when they were in all over the world.
Under Islam.
So yeah, under Islam, under Christianity, under their own sovereignty in Israel.
Also still in Morocco and Tunisia.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And even Palestine.
Look, Jews and Muslims have got on for a lot of history.
Yeah, exactly.
Palestine. What happened to them?
We're going to Israel Palestine now. Let's just stick on one time, but then we'll do Israel Palestine,
My
and then
point
we'll.
is that Islam did not spread by sword. That's it.
So my point is, in many cases it didn't, and in some cases it did.
Nobody would force you to be Muslim.
Okay, do you know who the Almohads are?
What?
The Almohads.
I know Muhammad. The
No,
Prophet.
not Muhammad.
I know Sahaba.
Listen,
Please,
listen.
do not tell me about how many
Stay
people.
focused. Stay focused. Answer the question. Yes, no. Do you know who the Almohads are? Yes or no? All it takes. Yes or no? Okay, good. Sorry, I don't know the Arabic. So, in their dynasty, they tell the Jews that if you do not convert to to Islam, off with your head. And so Rabbi Maimonides, Moses Maimonides, the Rambam, escaped the Almohads. I'm giving you the proof.
No, your word is not approved.
I'm giving you the document. I'm giving you the.
But that's
Okay. Are there any Islamic? Are there any scholars here of Islamic history? Sorry? No, absolutely not. No, I just want somebody here to confirm what I'm saying.
it's a conversation, no?
Pardon? No, because you're saying it didn't happen, and I'm just saying if there's someone here who has knowledge. So as an example, when I spoke to Adnan Rashid, he agreed with me. So he said this happened, and this is an example. Adnan Rashid, he comes here.
And if I look, like I said, if I look into Judaism, there are several different tribes, right, inside Judaism.
No,
There are Orthodox.
they're not tribes. Basically, yes, we have 12 tribes, you're right.
Yeah,
Not sects, this is what Islam said. We're an ummah, we're one people. Am Yisrael.
No, do not tell me that there are several people who are living in Israel now who cannot recognize the Israel state. Am I right?
So, yes, but they're still Jews, we're all the same family.
No, they are not similar to the pure Jews.
Sorry, you're mistaken. They have the same ancestry. They come
You
from the
refer to
same
the CIA, right? A year ago, you referred to the CIA
Yeah.
book about Somalia. Okay, go read about Israel and their history. Like from 45.
Mate, you jump around like a frog. Like, let's literally stay on one subject,
And
yeah?
the
So
short
stop. We're staying on one subject, just for the benefit of everybody. You said that within Jews, there's many tribes.
Yeah.
You're half right. The tribes we know of
My
today are the
point is, my
Levium.
point, I brought this
Okay, you know
example.
everything, Aki, thank you.
No.
It's
Listen to me. I
Jazakallahu
brought this
khairan,
example-
it's been a pleasure
I brought this
talking.
example just to point that some Muslims are not representing the whole Islam. That's it.
So, but that's not in Judaism, yeah? We see ourselves as well. If you're a secular Jew, so listen, I'll tell you what Jews think, and then you can tell us what you think Jews think. But as a Jew, I'll tell you what we actually believe. We believe that anyone who converts or has a Jewish mother, whether they're Christian, Muslim, atheist or Jewish, are Jewish.
What does Zionist do?
Zionist is just anybody who supports the right of a Jewish homeland in that region. I'm a Zionist, I'm an Orthodox Jew. There are guys here, there's a lot of Jews here today, maybe you wouldn't call themselves Zionists.
Are you a Zionist Orthodox Jew?
I'm a Zionist Orthodox Jew. That's not a first, there's many words. Well, for you it's first. So Zionist is the most misunderstood term here. When you say Zionist, they think like Nazi, they think I drink the blood of babies, they think I'm the most, I control the global banking system. I don't control the global banking system, I just control Barclays. Just Barclays.
Nothing else.
Like the Rothschilds have the rest, I have Barclays.
At least you have something.
I'm just a poor Jew. I'm just a poor Jew. Just Barclays. People, when they hear the word Zionist, they think all this nonsense. All a Zionist means. So, for instance, you can be a Zionist and support a Palestinian state. I did what that happens every time I tell someone. And so, anybody who says they support a two-state solution, so Israel and Palestine, by definition, they're a Zionist.
One question. Does Zionism mean that the majority of the people within this land have to be Jewish?
So that's a good question. So I don't believe it means that. I believe the character of the state needs to be Jewish and it needs to be a safe haven for Jews. Many people, most Zionists would say yes, there needs to be a majority. I don't like talking majority minorities just because I believe in liberal values, whereas people should be free to practice. However, it needs to be a place of refuge for the Jewish people. Because we tried living under Islam, we tried living under Christianity, we tried living under lots of people, and it didn't work. And do you know what happened with the Ottomans when they came to Palestine?
I know, they lived in the...
No, 1517. Do you know what happened when they came there?
What
they massacred the Jews in Hebron. They massacred the Jews in Hebron. The liberators you're bringing as an example killed Jews when they conquered Hebron.
didn't agree to Jewish to live in Palestine.
So Jews...
What would happen? What would happen?
Sorry, say it again.
If Ottoman, Ottoman Empire, didn't agree to Jewish to live in Palestine. What would happen?
Jews were already living there.
No, what he's trying to say is if the Ottoman Empire had a law or a policy which states that Jews are not supposed to live there or you have to get rid of the Jews, what would have happened? That's the reason.
They would have driven the Jews out.
Yeah. And but that happened?
Did that happen?
So look, I have no issue with Islam, and I recognise that many of the Khulafa were very good to Jews.
Okay.
But I also recognise that
there is exceptions to the rule.
Listen. You'll understand my point if you listen. My point is that there have been good Muslim rulers and bad Muslim rulers. The bad Muslim rulers put us to the sword, and to be honest, bad Muslim rulers also put other Muslims to the sword.
Exactly.
And so
in the same boat.
One question. Can I ask you a question?
Please.
If you don't really mind.
I don't mind.
My question to you and to every Jew here, is every single Muslim now used to be Muslim before?
Don't understand your question.
So is like these days there are Muslims, aren't there?
Yeah.
So is all Muslims used to be Muslims?
Do you mean were they born Muslim?
In history?
No, of course not.
So what they were?
So then most of us know what we were.
No,
So
I'm
as an example,
but what I'm saying is every Muslim was historically was Muslim.
That's not at all.
What they were.
So if you go to...
What they were,
I'm trying to tell you, it depends where you are in the world. So if you're in so if you're in like Albania, they were Christians.
I'm speaking to you about the areas like where Israel and Palestine is and all that area, North Africa, Middle East, all that area.
You just asked me a question, then you changed the goalposts.
Many Jews became Muslim. Exactly, especially business families that were business holders at that time.
And do you know why that was?
Why?
Because it made economic sense. There was greater freedoms if you were a Muslim. There was less taxation if you were a Muslim.
Exactly. So that's it. So that's the thing. That's what. So now carry on what you're saying, because these days it's like everyone you look.
I don't think you understood what I was saying. Yeah, fine.
No, I know, but I want you to make stuff clear.
How do you know that they become Muslim because of economic reasons? Show me evidence.
Okay, I'll show you evidence.
No, taxes. They were like
All of them.
axes.
Show me all of them.
I can't show you every
Here
single
we
instance.
go. Here we go. So you see all of them become.
This is why I love Speaker's Corner.
Yes, other Muslims have done the same. Yeah, we agree with you.
Okay, so listen.
You're fighting over religion.
Okay.
Religion is to control the people.
That's it.
Some Zionists believe that
That's how the British managed to control
the land
1/3 of the world.
and some don't.
The Jews are the
The
same.
fact is,
The Jews
that
are
a
the
lot of
same.
people believe that-
You tell them something, they believe,
They
you
believe
control
that
them.
Israel has to be a
Netanyahu
state for the Jews.
control
Jews-
a bunch of idiots
Let me
down
point
there.
something out. Stater, can I
He's a world power.
move to Mecca?
You have to shoot him.
But you can't.
No, maybe if you respect the law there.
If I convert to Islam, if I say La ilaha illallah,
Yeah, you can
Yes.
go.
then I can go.
Even if you
You
don't
have to
mean
add
it.
something.
Even if you don't
Musa-
mean it.
Musa Rasulullah, Musa Rasulullah.
He's also a Rasul.
Exactly, so he's doing that and I still can't go to Mecca.
Alhamdulillah.
And I still can't go to Mecca.
Have you tried?
That's racist.
Have you
I didn't
tried?
forget, I didn't say it.
You forgot one step.
I didn't forget. I didn't forget. I purposely didn't say it because I'm not a
Plus, they're in
Muslim.
the same
I'm a
bloodline
Jew.
as well.
I'm a Jew. Yeah, we pray to the same God. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we pray to the same God.
Alhamdulillah.
But
You should be happy.
but
I'm happy.
I still can't go to Mecca. Why? That's horrible.
Have you ever applied for a visa?
Have you seen my online resume?
One second.
Do you know we're Muslim? We have to apply for visa to go to Saudi Arabia.
I didn't know that.
So why should you be special?
It doesn't
Why should
change.
you be special?
It doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Jews still can't visit. If I apply for a visa,
Yes, you
I'll get
can.
rejected.
Yes, you
No,
can.
that's a lie.
Lot of
That's a lie.
Jews in Saudi
That is a lie.
There are a lot of Jews.
Listen to the man
We
who
have
never
YouTube
lies,
now. We have
lying.
YouTube. We can see.
No.
You want me to show you
One
Jews
second.
running in Saudi Arabia walking? He said,
One
I'm a Jew,
second.
I'm a Jew, I'm a Jew.
Yeah, and what happened when he went there?
What happened?
Arabia went mental.
Oh,
He
Bin
snuck
Salman
in
will give him
there.
money.
An Israeli snuck into Mecca and Medina.
Rubbish. Rubbish.
You read Israel news, right? Why have you waited so long to debate who is a Jew?
Say that again.
They have debated.
Stop,
who
say it
is a
again.
Jew.
Who's debating?
The Israelis in Palestine, Israel.
No, there's no. The
Between
definition.
the Jews and rabbis.
Listen. The definition of who is a Jew has been the same since at least the sealing of the Talmud, at least the Mishnah. So we're talking 2,000 years, and that was based on the history before that, which goes back 1,500 years. So for 3,500 years, the definition of who is a Jew has remained the same. Okay. Now what you're
Can you
saying,
tell us?
yeah, is if you convert or if you have a Jewish mother.
Now, why can't that soldier? One second. Don't jump. A Russian soldier.
Because he wasn't Jewish.
He was Jewish.
He had a Jewish father.
He was Jewish father.
Yeah,
and
not
they
a
said
Jewish
you
mother.
cannot be buried in Jewish
And
cemetery.
what did I just say was the definition of a Jew?
What's the definition of a Jew?
Jewish mother, not a Jewish father.
Didn't you say you had to be converted?
Or you convert.
You said no mother. You mentioned mother. You said
No. So the Russian.
Even if you convert, it must be from the mother.
That's nonsense.
To
Okay.
be buried in the cemetery.
Can a Jewish convert, get married in a Jewish graveyard? Convert, yeah.
Can Jewish convert be buried in the Jewish cemetery?
Yeah.
How come? What happened to that Jewish?
Because he
the
was-
guy who died in Gaza.
He wasn't a
died
convert.
for
He
you.
was converting.
But he died
Hold
for
on,
you.
hold on.
Yeah, he was.
Converting.
And he
During
was,
the
he
process
hadn't
of
finished.
5 years.
And what happened?
Oh
Where
my
was
God.
he buried?
He will be not in
And
heaven,
where?
not
Stop,
in hell.
Stop.
He
stop,
died. He died
stop.
for them.
And
Yeah,
where?
but he was
stop.
during
And
the
where
process
was
of
he buried?
transformation.
In a Jewish graveyard.
No, he was
ask
not.
you a
Yes, he was.
sent
Can I
back
ask you
to
a question?
Russia.
That's not.
His father.
This
took
is
him back to
this is the danger of YouTube generation. There's like so much nonsense.
Also, about his
Everyone just Google it.
I
you'll find out.
just want to ask him a question. I just want to ask him a question. May I ask you a question? So the guy was asking like about like a Jew convert being buried, so not possible, whatever. So my question to you, I'm not coming from like Muslim background or any religious background. Speaking about myself, my own experience, everything I can tell you get it. So between the Jews in Israel, we don't need to go out. Is there racism between the Jews in Israel?
There is racism amongst all people.
No. What? Don't sir. Tell me.
Stop.
in
You
Israel,
either let me
yeah.
answer in my words or we don't talk.
No, we
don't
talk.
stop.
We talk.
Okay.
We talk.
So in the UK, there is racism. In Saudi Arabia, there is racism. In Israel, guess what? There is racism.
Between who?
Between everyone, there is
So
racism.
racism against who?
Okay.
In Israel.
So are you gonna let me? Like,
When first
I'll
Israel,
answer you
when
if you
first
shut up.
Israel,
If you
no,
shut
I'm not
up.
gonna shut up.
Okay, then I'm not gonna
Well,
answer
don't
you.
answer. Don't answer then. I don't need your answer because
Fine,
I
then
know.
don't ask me questions if you don't need
When
my
first,
answer.
when first Israel was created, and they were bringing people as population, you know what I'm saying? So they brought some people, and he knows what I'm talking about. The first what they call the Black Panthers, who started something called the Black Panthers, is the Middle Eastern Jews, the Moroccans, all these, the Black Panthers. Search it.
So I know.
He's scared. He's scared. He agree.
You know what I'm saying? Racism. They're telling them Moroccans, Jews. They are Jews,
Okay.
real Jews.
So now are you
tell them,
gonna
are
be quiet, or
you
are you
this
just gonna
and
educate
that?
everyone
You
about
this racism. Till now,
Let him talk,
they
let him
even
talk,
didn't
brother.
give them houses. They had to live in the houses where the Palestinians been kicked out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They had to live in those
He has a
houses.
question about Mecca.
So when
I
you tell
cannot
me
go to
about,
Mecca,
like,
but the people who are born and raised in Jerusalem, who are Muslim or non-Muslim, they get kicked out of the house.
Doesn't matter. Christian or Muslim.
So they kick you out of your house.
Is there racism?
No.
Why are you asking if I can go to Mecca if they're kicking out people from their own house?
No, Moroccans are pure. Every other country in the world is racist, but not Morocco. In Morocco, there's no racist. Only perfect people. Everyone in Morocco is perfect.
موضوعيا